Subscribers find me a video where Czar, the 2K dev, was explaining the new NBA 2K technology. Now, this technology is what ultimately patched certain dribble gods, patched moves that they liked, which now they think the game is more limited based on the movement. The movement is a little bit more. You can move fluently, but it's a little bit more stiff, I would say. Yeah, I would say it has a little bit more stiffness to it. So this is going to let you know how NBA 2K24 is going to be, because ultimately this was their new shift going into things. We had first quick step for 3 years, but I had to sit back and think, like, you know what? They just added tears in. They just added adrenaline in. These things that they want to make the game more balanced with. They want the game to be more skill based. They was pushing that. I'm gonna go back to that, and we're gonna show you guys. They was pushing that.
More smoother. Yeah, a lot less twitchy. I think that word is key. As I'm watching,
Much less smoother. A lot less twitchy. I don't think even when you looked at certain 2Ks dribbling, it was twitchy. This is still kind of like twitchy because the stop, the first quick, like it with the Michael Jordan, no.
in 2K22 on the screen, and I got 23 on my machine. Less twitchy is.
Sorry for the pause, but you hear how he said that he got 23 on his machine. So this was 22 he had on his screen, but he had 23 on his machine, so he had it right next to him. So you know this dev is like working on it in some way. He's doing some section of a job, you know.
It's really kind of the thing, right? It's that's obvious. I think you guys will notice that from the jump. 22, just looking at it feels like maybe they own, I don't know, then maybe they own a little bit of a crack pipe high, kind of the way they
A crack pipe high.
move, and twitchy's the word that kind of captures that for me, both offensively and defensively. And I think in the blog, Mike talked about more realistic movement. I don't think.
So y'all see what they were saying. Now, when you look at 22, would you say it was crackhead movement, really? Crack high, he said? Would you say that? He said offensively and defensively. Like, the defense was fine. Like, I don't know what they're doing with the defense. Listen, players are just gonna have to learn how to score. Put in more tutorials so players can learn. I don't know, do that somehow. Direct them to creators that's good at teaching or something. Let's go here to plays.
4 out with the big in the dunker spot, and our original 4 outs were just built mainly for motion. I thought that was a really good idea, so that's what I did. I made that change and rebuilt the 4 out, 1 in, and put the big in the dunker spot. He'll still come strong side if he wants to post or do something there, and then we changed the function of the 4 out. We didn't get to run through every freelance with it, but our 4 out really is more of a modern freelance where they're not trying to run a whole lot of actions, right? They're trying to get some spacing, let players go one-on-one, get into some pick and rolls, some quick posts, stuff like that. So most of the actions are really quick, but it's designed just to give you space to call the ball.
I don't think he's talking about anything right here. Oh, I think the shading part is where he was talking about their stuff. Let's see.
Reasons why we want to go with shading defensively this year. Trying to tell people before the game come out, how something feels. You got to determine that for yourself. But one of the reasons why we want to go with shading defensively this year is to make sure, or to try to make sure, that the body up's made a lot more sense, right? So it didn't feel as random. You're trying to go somewhere where a defender's there, you know, you need to expect a loss. Now our system is super complex. Like I got to work on body ups with my man Jerson this year, and so I got to learn a lot about that system and the calculations that it makes.
So he said that he got a lot to learn about that system. So that tells me he wasn't really that familiar with body ups, because he said he learned a lot about it. Body ups in this game, it makes sense on certain instances. It could be better. Other 2Ks was better. They had better formulas. I don't know what the crack high movement twitchy stuff, which is making them make these changes, but
makes it's impressive, man. But it's all about how it's tuned, and so the shading is there, and you know, hopefully we get it right out the box. I think so. But yeah, people shouldn't be driving into the defenders. The one thing about the shade too is that you have to be like within 3 feet to have that shade bar show up. If you're gapping somebody so far off, then it doesn't really matter where you're at until you come into that range. It's supposed to help the body ups feel more, to make them make more sense, right? But I have to tell you, it's not as easy to stay in a particular shade zone as you might think. With the dribbler moving left, right, you know what I mean? Changing speed.
dang, he's calling the left right already.
Speed and direction. You know, you're gonna have to work hard defensively to kind of stay where you want to.
Y'all heard him right. You're gonna have to work hard defensively. They nerfed defense, but made offense powerful. It doesn't make sense. Gotta have that two-side balance. That's what makes the game skill gap. And then there's thing on offense that needs to be buffed as well. Hopefully 24 we get some better badges, some more different changes. I feel like we should. It's like I can't even picture how 24 is going to be. I know it's going to be very similar to this game. So you guys know that stuff is going to be being leaked soon on this game. I'm going to be giving you guys that news soon. So hit that like, subscribe. We're going to catch y'all in the next one.